There we go. Oh! So today we are going to finish this truck's brake problem, hopefully. In the last video, I had done the rear brakes, got them cleaned up, got them refurbished, got them working again, and luckily they aren't leaking right now, but the front failed while we were driving. So we're gonna do something that we probably should have done last time, and that's do what we did to the back to the front. And hopefully everything will be fixed and we can move forward to beautifying this old truck. So these ones here look a little bit different than what we had in the back. As you can see, it's only got one plunger on it, pushes this way, instead of two that push out both ways. If you know why that is, please let me know, because I find that to be just a little bit odd. Why wouldn't you have the same wheel cylinder situation in the back in the front? Anyway, we'll go ahead and pull this thing out and see what it looks like inside. All right, let's explore what we have inside of these. Okay. That's not bad. That's good. That is good. This is the one that was working on the right side. And honestly, it's in really good shape. Ooh, a little bit messy here and there. Yeah, that's pretty clean in there. Even feels nice, nice and smooth. Plunger looks good. So it looks like all we have to do with this one is give it a good cleanup. Let's check out this other one. Oh, that's good. That's good news. Little bit gummy, but not bad at all. Plunger's in good shape. Nice and smooth on the inside. So it looks like these both just need cleaned up. Well, so that is a big improvement to what the back was. I don't know if you remember, but those back ones, they were covered in and full of sediment. This sediment stuff right here. These ones look to be in pretty good shape. So I'm thinking we just, like I said, get these cleaned up, be able to throw them back in, and hopefully we'll have fully working brakes. Now that I've got these reassembled, cleaned up, and honestly, these were in really good condition in comparison to what we had in the back, because these were pretty clean. But you do have more front brake work than you do back brake work. I believe your front brakes do like 70 or 80% of your stopping, and your back brakes take over the rest. I don't remember what the number is, but before I put back together brake assembly, I want to clean that dust cover just so that we've crossed all our T's and dotted all our I's. Okay, so we've gone through every wheel cylinder on this truck, refurbished each one without having to buy any new parts except for one brake line on this left rear. But all in all, everything is looking good. It's put together well. It's time for a test drive, and let's cross our fingers that everything works as it's supposed to. This all looks very familiar. I feel like we were just doing this. But we'll now see if the brakes work this time. Oh! They work. They locked up, but they work. Yeah, they were still a little bit spongy. Let's turn around and see which wheel is still locked up. So this is what we've got looking at right here. So the right one locked up, whereas the left one didn't. So we might still have a little bit of adjustments that need to be done. But overall, not too bad for an old pickup. Let's go ahead and drive it back around, and we'll make our way back to the garage, and we'll test it here just a little bit more to see if maybe it was just, I don't know, loose gravel. Okay, to be truthful, they are working so much better than they were before. So we already have somewhat of an improvement. But they're still kind of spooky. There we go. Acting a little spooky today. This is a big improvement to what it was before. So if we can get this brake situation figured out and this new little thing that the engine's doing where it likes to just kind of die, could be because it's a little chilly out. We don't know that yet. We don't know much about this engine yet. We did a valve adjustment, did the carburetor, changed the oil. other thing I haven't done yet is I haven't checked the timing and I haven't replaced the points, but I did file them. But it could be a little bit of timing and there might be a vacuum leak somewhere. But we need to check the oil in the rear differential and the transmission before we drive this thing around too much, because I don't know what's in there. There could be yesterday's soup in there. I don't know. Might have some more carburetor adjustments that we need to do to get this thing really tuned in. But overall, it is running pretty good when driving. It has a pretty decent stumble at idle though, so we're gonna need to definitely look into more carburetor work and timing, more engine stuff. Let's get this thing pulled back into the garage and check to see if we've got any brake leaks. I just went and checked all 4 ends of this truck, and I'm happy to report that so far I have not found any new leakage from after fixing the brakes. So we don't have anything leaking in the back and we don't have anything leaking in the front now. So that is already an improvement. But the brakes still are pretty spongy. You gotta pump them a couple times before we're actually stopping, and then by the time we're stopping, the front right brake is locking up and we're pulling just that way a little bit. So I think we still have a little bit of air left in the system. So I'm gonna do one last brake bleed on all 4 corners and see if we get any more air out, and after that, we'll do one final test drive. If everything goes smoothly and everything checks out on that end of things, we can move on to something else. And I'm thinking what we should move on to next is checking the transmission oil, probably just draining it, and checking the oil in the rear differential and probably just draining it too. And after that, we've got to do something about the suspension, because take a look at this. You can feel it when you're driving down the road. The kingpins go clunk, 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 clunk. So we've got to figure that out. We might have to, really don't want to have to get new kingpins, but we might end up having to get new kingpins. So after we get the brakes done, we'll have to check out the kingpin situation. I'm hoping that we can just do what we did to the Chevy and grease everything and everything will fix itself by magic, you know? But if not, we'll figure it out. Because what I really want to move on to is cleaning the outside of this truck. Like, we're gonna keep the patina. I'm not gonna paint this truck, any bit of it. We're just gonna leave it as it is. But I really want to clean this thing up and see what we're left with, because I think a lot of this flash rust here is gonna come off, but we'll be able to get this to shine up. It was a really cool process that we did on the Chevy that I really want to try out on this Ford and see if we can't bring some of its original paint back while keeping its patina. But there are some things that I need to fix on the outside of the truck before we can do that, like the front fender, which is totally dented in. I don't know what happened to cause that. And then we've got the driver door, which has the same, like for some reason, driver doors just get dented all the time. So I want to try to save those and not buy new ones, because the materials of today do not hold a candle to the materials of yesterday for body parts. So anyway, I will keep rambling. Let's go ahead and get these brakes bled. I just realized I was doing a really funny thing. So the reservoir for the brake master cylinder is like this big. It's less than a cup. And my silly butt was pumping it through 3 times, and then by the time the 3rd time, there was no air coming out where I was releasing the air from the wheel cylinder, but it was sucking air in back into the system from up here because the reservoir was emptied. So I went back through and made sure that each one of these reservoirs wheel cylinders got its air out while the reservoir stayed full. So hopefully now everything goes off without a hitch. Okay, take 2. Let's see if we have operating brakes this time. Correctly operating brakes. Not bad that time. I still want to say they're a little bit spongy, but I think I'm going to take the win that I've got right now. But now we got to figure out why it keeps dying. Seems to like just a little bit of choke, but I don't like the little bit of choke. What the heck was that? Did you hear that? So I finally figured out why this truck was giving us such a fit. I went through and I did the timing and I checked the air fuel mixture. I even adjusted the manual choke system on this carburetor, and it all came down to swapping out the fuel filter. For some reason, it doesn't like this fuel filter. With this new plastic one I've got on it, it is running like a dream. Take a listen. So I'm sure fiddling around with the adjustments on the carburetor as well as the timing probably had a lot to do with improving how it's running. But I tell you, right after I replaced that fuel filter, both fuel filters were brand new, but putting this new plastic one on there, for some reason, it just was the last ticket. I'm telling you, that was the last ticket, because it still ran poorly when I was adjusting everything, and I changed out that fuel filter, and voila. We've got this now. I'm jazzed. It's so much fun to do this. So we've got working brakes. They probably have a little bit of work that still needs to be done to them, but we've got brakes that are better than they were before. The engine is running better than it was before. It sounds like a sewing machine. Now it's time to make it drive better because it's a little all over the road. But you'll have to wait for that for the next video. I want to thank you so much for stopping by the garage today and for watching to the very end of the video. If you haven't already, go ahead and comment your thoughts below. I'd love to chat with you. Subscribe to the channel. It's 100% free. Like the video, share it with a friend, and I will see you right back here in the garage in the next video. Thank you for watching.